Good everyone, my name is Navneet Anand from aajKal, local and global. Varun Dhawan, Rishabh and Ripanpreet Kaur. Welcome to aajKal.
Thank you,
so
sir.
much.
How were the initial days? Any particular challenge that you faced?
I kept on applying jobs which provided me a better future and which were one level ahead. So that is one thing which I always tell all my students as well. Please don't stop and don't be satisfied. That is one thing which is very important because this country has a lot to offer.
This is the land of opportunities.
This is the land of opportunities. Whatever you want in life, you can get from here, but you need to push yourself consistently.
What I personally think is कि आप अगर बहुत एक young age में आते हैं ना, आप जैसे we came when I was 18 or 19, your mind is very raw. You haven't seen the actual world. But अब जब आप आते हो, आपको एक exposure मिलता है यहाँ पे आके, आपको काफ़ी चीज़ सीखने को मिलती है. That आपको fees pay करनी है, अपने finances manage करने हैं, आपने अपने आप को manage करना है. There are a lot of people की जो bad influences भी होंगे, जो good influences भी होंगे, तो आपको सब बहुत चीज़ें सीखने को मिलती हैं.
You learn it at a very early age here.
बहुत wholesome experience रहता है. तो एक यंग एज में आना आई थिंक एक बहुत बड़ा एडवांटेज रहेगा आपकी लाइफ में लॉन्ग रन में. अगर आप एक सही ट्रैक पे चलते रहते हो, आपको बहुत कुछ सीखने को मिलता है लाइफ के बारे में.
So Ripan, what challenges did you face? Did you face any?
Frankly speaking, not many. When I landed here in the first week, I had a good English as a job as an English trainer after just 1 week. So I wouldn't fall into that category where I had to struggle, but yes, I knew it because my husband did it. He went through
So
the
probably
same
he
things.
would have gone the same situation.
So he had faced those things, but what sir said is exactly right. There are heaps of opportunities in this country, and what you just need to do is stay motivated, stay positive. There are many instances every now and then when you'll feel demotivated, when you'll feel like, no, I'm not going to get it in any way. But that is the phase. If you pass that, this is going to be the best country to live in.
Where did the idea of this LA Language Academy popped up?
2018, I was in the last year of my university. 2018, yes, right, starting. So I took the exam. I prepared for a week and I got 90 each, and that was a bit surprising for me as well. I wasn't expecting I'll get a perfect score. And
so 3 years time, the guy who was not able to understand the English in the first day, and 3 years down the track,
Yes.
100% score.
That's right. Before I talk about Language Academy, right? This incident, the person who gave me the first job, once when I started Language Academy, he called me and he told me there's a lot of difference between the day you started and the person you are now. And what I believe, why is that? Because I pushed myself consistently. Because I knew if I'm not going to push myself, if I'm not going to improve, nothing's going to happen. I'm going to stay in that rat race that we are doing the same thing, which one of my friend or the other person is doing. We need to do something. We need to push ourselves out of the comfort zone.
Exactly.
I even remember I was very hesitant. I'm an introvert by personality, but I used to push myself, go and talk with some strangers or someone at work without any reason as well, just to take that comfort zone or shyness out. Language Academy, talking about it. So once I got 90, there was a friend of mine. He is here in Australia since 2011, but he was struggling with his English exam. He took the exam 17 times and he almost gave up.
17 times?
That's right.
Yes.
And once I got the score, he felt like that that is this is not his cup of tea. But I told him, let's try once again. The way I did, let's try it. He studied with me 2 days and got the score.
Achha,
Yes.
so he got the required score,
Yes.
what he was needing for his migration application
Correct.
or whatever you call it.
Correct. And after a week, he got his invite as well. And and there were a lot of his friends who gave up as well. So he just referred them. I started teaching them in 2018 in public library. So that is where it started. Right. I still remember I used to teach half an hour slot in Maryland's library, and then when I had my exams, I used to teach in my university. There is what it started. Then he was my friend as well. I taught him as well when it comes to NATI exam. And then where it all started,
We
we
should do
started
in
growing.
university, yeah.
And then yes. I started from public library, and now by God's grace, we have got 3 branches and many more coming.
What a wonderful story, because every time I see a youth around me, I get motivated myself. I really want to achieve what these guys have achieved. You are an inspiration to many.
Thank you.
Where all do we have the campuses at the moment?
We started our campus in Parramatta, and now we open in 2020 Feb. We opened one in Sydney CBD, and in Feb 2021 we opened another in India in Jalandhar, and we are planning to open even more.
So we have 3 campuses at the moment: Parramatta, Sydney CBD, and Jalandhar, and many more to come, as you said.
That's right.
So can we reveal those places at the moment, or it's still?
We're planning, but hopefully Melbourne and a few more cities in India as well.
Melbourne and few more cities in India.
Good.
I look forward to be visiting your campuses
100%
soon. What are the all services that you provide with LA Language Academy?
So the key services we provide with LA Language Academy is PT. We have got different type of courses, 2 weeks course, 4 weeks course, unlimited course, intensive course. We even have a course if you, let's say if you've got an exam after 3 days, we have got 1 full day master class. So you'll sit with us 8 hours, we'll teach you each and everything, and we'll even take your mock test. So 2 days we'll cover everything. So it depends on how much time you have and what's the requirement. Then we have got NATI CCL test preparation in 11 different languages, which includes your Hindi, Punjabi, Nepali, Urdu. We have got Gujarati, Malayalam, Bengali. We have got Sinhalese, Telugu, Tamil, and a few more. And then IELTS as well. IELTS Ripan, she is one of the most experienced trainer we have. And if you come to us, especially students who struggle with writing, she is the person, she is going to get you the score.
You're going to get one more student.
She's the go-to-man.
Sure, sir.
Right, you're talking about the courses, they look like to be more tailor-made courses according to the student's
Exactly,
needs
yes.
as well.
Correct.
What is the basic difference between IELTS and PTE?
If I talk about PTE, because that's my forte, PTE is more of a technical exam, not an English exam, I'll say. It is somewhat of an English exam, but you need a bit of technical knowledge as well. Means you need to know what the computer is looking for. There's no human involvement. You take the exam, 2 hours, you get the result, right? So there's no human involvement. You need to understand what the computer is looking for, because I've seen native speakers as well getting a low score in speaking. Why? Because they don't. It's not that the computer or the system is not up to the mark. It's more of they don't really understand what the computer is looking for. So PT, you need to understand what the computer is looking for, and it is an integrated exam, because for example, if you take the IELTS exam, writing section will only contribute towards writing, but in PT your writing will contribute towards your reading, your speaking will contribute towards your writing, so everything is interconnected. A lot of times students, they don't understand this relationship, and if let's say they miss out in writing, they'll focus on only writing, but they might be missing in other areas. So it's bit complicated if you don't go in depth, but it's an easy exam if you understand what the computer is looking for. Talking about IELTS, Ripan will be the best person to talk about IELTS, I guess.
So as sir said that PT is technical because we are dealing with the machine, but when it comes to IELTS, it's directly a human involvement. And because we human beings have the best brains in the world, so definitely we have to put a bit more effort than we are putting on a machine with us. So artificial intelligence is somewhat we have in PTE, but we don't have that in IELTS. So as I said, in writing, the modules are extremely independent. You only focus on one module and you get the score in that. So if you're lacking in speaking, you only have to work on speaking. But at the same time, I would say if we make a comparison, I cannot say IELTS is easier. Yes, we can say it is comparatively easier, because both the exams require at the end of the day your hard work and your effort, without which nothing is possible.
Now, before I talk about NATI,
Yes.
if I have to pick exam either IELTS or PTE, what are the factors that I should be looking at?
Very first thing you should be looking at, why do you need to take the exam?
Yes, that's the
Yeah,
most
right.
important
If
thing.
you are planning to migrate to Canada, it is not something you should go for. You need to go for IELTS. If you're going to go for a master's in teaching or some courses, law course as well, they need you to take IELTS to get your degree assessed. One thing you need to see that why you're taking the test. Next thing, if you're comfortable. Personally, some students feel comfortable talking to a human, others feel comfortable talking with the computer because they're a bit nervous whenever they converse with a human.
Okay.
Right. तो अगर आपको ह्यूमन से बात करने में हेजिटेशन है, इट्स बेटर आप पीटी के लिए जाएं. अगर आपको कंप्यूटर के सामने बैठना और बात करना लगता है कि भाई मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ, you should go for IELTS. And then after that, if you're good with computer, you're good with typing, your typing speed is good, go for PT. Otherwise, go with IELTS, go for IELTS. And last thing, my personal suggestion, right, if anyone in the world would ask me, if you're planning to get your permanent residency here in Australia and you need 79 plus for that, means 8 each in IELTS, you should go for PT, comparatively easier.
Comparatively easy. Moving on to Rishabh.
Yes.
Nati preparations.
Yes.
How do we go about it?
So first of all,
Where do we start?
Alright, so first of all, we need to know the purpose of Nati. So Nati got popular about 3 to 4 years ago when government increased the points for migration. So Nati actually provides you 5 points for it. So Nati is basically an interpretation course. How it goes is it's basically a conversation between two people. So there's one English speaker and one there will be speaker in the language which you're doing, either Hindi, Telugu or Punjabi or whatever the language is. So it's basically an interpretation exam. So you have to interpret what the speaker is saying. So you hear the segment and you interpret in the other language. So that's how it goes. So basically they lot of people have misconception about it कि भाई हम एग्जाम क्या ये ऑफशोर भी दे सकते हैं. Yes, you can give this exam offshore as well, क्योंकि अब जो नाटी का जो एग्जाम है ये ऑनलाइन बेस्ड हो गया, प्रॉक्टर प्लेटफॉर्म पे होता है, तो you can give it from anywhere and you can claim your 5 points from anywhere.
So how long does it take for a normal person like me, if I say I want to be a translator or interpreter in Hindi and Punjabi or
Yes.
Hindi or Punjabi,
Yes.
how long does it take?
Alright, so sir, we get lot of students जो कहते हैं कि भाई मैंने हिंदी मेरे को नहीं पढ़नी आती है, मेरे को कोई XYZ मेरे को I've never heard it in my life, मेरे को लिखना नहीं आता, पढ़ना नहीं आता. So it's not about that. It usually takes about 4 to 5 weeks. Even if you don't know the language, you can get fully trained in 4 to 5 weeks in that language, and you can write that exam in 4 to 5 weeks.
Sorry, I'm unable to understand exactly.
Okay, so how it goes is because first of all this exam is only orally based. It's an oral exam. This is not a written exam. So,
At all?
At all.
No.
So you have to take notes, but that is not for your assessment. That is for just for your reference only. So whatever you speak, you'll be assessed only on that. Okay, so a lot of people have that hindrance ki I don't know how to write that, or I don't know how to read. So we have our app where we have recorded segments. We have vocab over there. So we have really removed that hindrance that if you don't know how to read or write that language, you can just hear our dialogues and you can practice from there. So we have removed that hindrance, so you can get fully trained for that exam in 4 to 5 weeks.
So is that app been developed specifically for Law Language Academy?
That's
Yes.
right. That's right.
So-
If we talk about the application, what happened is 2018 में हमने नाटी करवाना शुरू किया. बहुत सारे बच्चे क्या आते हैं, मेरा 2 हफ्ते बाद एग्जाम है, मेरी कॉलेज है, मेरा यूनी है, बिजी हैं बच्चे, लेट्स बी प्रैक्टिकल राइट. और मैं उनको एक्सपेक्ट नहीं कर सकता कि वो मेरे पास 6 दिन आके पढ़ें. इट्स नॉट प्रैक्टिकल. एंड व्हाट द इंडस्ट्री वाज मिसिंग आउट, देयर वाज नो वन प्लेटफॉर्म where you can go and practice everything. There were fragments कि यहाँ पे आप dialogues practice कर लो, यहाँ vocabulary practice कर लो, but एक जगह पे नहीं था. So 2019 we came up with this app. It's available on Apple and Google Play Store. LACCL app. तो क्या होता है, जैसे अब बहुत सारे बच्चे
एक बार repeat करो.
LACCL app. So it's available on Apple Play Store and Google Play Store as well. अब बहुत सारे बच्चे हैं, जैसे लेट्स से मैं गुजरात में ब्रॉट अप हुआ, मुझे हिंदी पढ़नी नहीं आती, बट मुझे हिंदी में एग्जाम देना. तो वो अब पहले क्या होता था, प्रिंट आउट्स होते थे, हिंदी में पढ़ना पड़ता था. नहीं, हमने क्या किया है, हिंदी में भी लिखा है, रोमन इंग्लिश में भी लिख दिया और साथ में रिकॉर्डिंग भी डाल दिया. अगर आपको इंग्लिश भी पढ़नी नहीं आ रही, आप रिकॉर्डिंग सुनो, आपको हिंदी समझ तो आती है, आपने बोलना ही है, तो वहाँ पे सारे के सारा कंसेप्ट खत्म है. आप क्लास नहीं आ सकते, सारा मटेरियल आपके पास ऐप में अवेलेबल है. तो आप क्लास नहीं आ सकते, आपके पास लेक्चर्स क्लास ऐप में अवेलेबल है, आप जहां मर्जी बैठ के प्रैक्टिस करो. और प्लस हमने ये क्यों किया, क्योंकि नाटी ने सब कुछ ऑनलाइन मूव कर दिया. पहले नाटी वेन्यू हायर करता था, वहां पे 50 बच्चों के एग्जाम लेता था. आप घर बैठो, जहां मर्जी बैठो, आप दुनिया में चाहे आप अंटार्कटिका में बैठो, आप एग्जाम दे सकते हो राइट. 5 पॉइंट्स जहां मर्जी बैठ के क्लेम कर सकते हो. स्पेशली जो स्टूडेंट्स इंडिया में थे, वो इंडिया से यहाँ पे एग्जाम देने आते थे. दे यूज्ड टू स्पेंड अ लॉट ऑफ टाइम एंड मनी. नाउ दे कैन टेक द एग्जाम एनीवेयर इन द वर्ल्ड.
You know, I'll tell you one thing. Talking to you people, I wish I was born in this era. I would have a imagination like you guys have. Sky is the limit. That's what you guys are proving at the moment.
That's right. That's right.
I love it. I
Thank
love
you.
it when I see youth coming outside the square, thinking outside the box, and coming up with new ideas to give the better results
That's
to the humankind.
That's right.
COVID-19, everybody around the globe has been affected. Any special deals that you are giving to the COVID effective international students here in Australia?
Correct. We have got a lot of offers for students who are struggling financially, who have lost their jobs, who are not really certain about their future. So if you are actually struggling, we offer 30% off on all the courses we provide if you are actually facing any kind of problem.
Right. So there is a support that comes.
There is always a support. If you face, even if it's not COVID-19, you have a genuine problem, I personally am always there to help students. So it doesn't matter what. I've seen a lot of students actually struggling, and I'll go beyond my limit to help them out. I can say this for sure.
So how are you different than other academies?
We don't really focus on traditional teaching, right? Okay, let's talk about PT. PT is computer-based exam. Before 2019, I'll say everything, all over Australia, everything was based or was taught as we teach in IELTS. Let's say if you are preparing for PT, आप PT की तैयारी कर रहे हैं, आपने ऐसे लिखना है. बच्चे क्या करते थे, नोटबुक में ऐसे लिखते हैं. नोटबुक में लिख लिया, नोटबुक में हम बचपन से लिखते आ रहे हैं, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. वहाँ पे जाए 20 मिनट में 200 वर्ड टाइप ही नहीं हो रहे होंगे. So what we did is first lab, computer lab for PT we brought out in our Parramatta campus. But we did not stop over there. Now computer क्या करता है, जो PT का actual mechanism है वो AI scoring है. हर एक चीज artificial intelligence पे है. तो जैसे ही COVID आया, our offices were closed and I started working on this. I spent around 6 months. We developed a software. Everything is artificial intelligence powered. So you practice speaking, you practice writing, you practice reading. आपको टीचर की जरूरत नहीं है. आप अपना ऐसे टाइप करो, you submit it, 3 seconds, you will get the result, you will get the feedback कि भाई ये स्पेलिंग गलती है, ये ग्रामर गलती है, इसमें ये कीवर्ड्स आने चाहिए, ये आपका सेंटेंस फॉर्मेशन गलत है. बट आपका सिर्फ राइटिंग करनी है, आप स्पीकिंग, लेट्स से कि आपको मैंने एक इमेज दे दी, आप उसको इमेज को डिस्क्राइब कर रहे हो, 3 seconds you get the result that this is your fluency, this is your expected score. और जो expected score है हमने analyze भी किया, 5% से ज़्यादा variation नहीं होता है actual exam में. So students get a very good picture, especially students who are preparing online. उन्हें ये पता है कि भाई यहाँ पे score आ रहा है तो वहाँ पे आएगा. Same now, अब बच्चे practice तो कर लेते थे, but exam में क्या होता है, 3 घंटे सब कुछ साथ चलता है. यहाँ पे क्या है कि मैंने एक प्रैक्टिस किया, आराम किया, फिर दोबारा प्रैक्टिस किया. हमने एक मॉक टेस्ट बनाया. Once you finish the mock test, you get the score card exactly same as you will have in your exam. You get tutor feedback for each and every question. हर एक क्वेश्चन का आपको फीडबैक मिलेगा कि भाई ये गलत कर रहे हो, ये सही कर रहे हो, और आपको एनालिसिस मिलेंगे कि नेक्स्ट टाइम यू वर्क ऑन दीज एरियाज, दैट्स हाउ यू विल इंप्रूव. नो ह्यूमन इन्वॉल्वमेंट इन आवर सिस्टम एज वेल, एवरीथिंग AI powered.
I would have to visit the campus.
Yes, please.
So
it will be a pleasure.
Talking about your wish list, and where do you see Law Language Academy in next 5 years?
So talking about the next 5 years, since we started, my primary goal and vision is to make sure I not only get as many students in my on my campus, I want to help as many as of them. Right? I've personally seen someone who is very close, struggling a lot. And when you struggle in your English exam, right, let's say we both are going for the exam, he's a very good friend of mine, he gets the score and I've taken 10 attempts, मुझे score नहीं आ रहा, तो वहाँ पे एक self doubt शुरू हो जाता है. वहाँ पे ये नहीं है कि मेरे में talent नहीं है, हम दोनों इकट्ठे पढ़े हैं, same caliber है, but वहाँ पे बंदा खुद को कहता है कि यार भाई मुझ में कमी है कोई, या मेरा नहीं आने, हार मानते हैं मुझे. तो that is one thing I want to eradicate. मुझे इसके निकालना है. Doesn't matter आप कहाँ पे भी हो, मैं 120% ट्राई करता हूँ हर एक बच्चे का स्कोर लाना सबसे पहले. ये नहीं कि भाई वो मेरे कैंपस में आके मुझे पैसे दें या फीस दें, स्कोर आना चाहिए. टॉकिंग अबाउट द नेक्स्ट 5 years, I plan, we all as a team have plans that we want to open few branches, as I've told you, in all the major cities in Australia and few more cities in India as well.
So what would be your message to the student in terms of IELTS?
My only message is that, first of all, it doesn't matter which exam you're taking PT, IELTS or NATI CCL, first of all, you need to tell your subconscious mind that you can do it. That is where everything changes. If in my mind, I know that sir is taking my interview, but I won't be able to speak, I will never be able to speak, right? I need to tell my subconscious mind, doesn't matter what happens, I'm going to do it, I am going to plan, I'm going to prepare, I'm going to follow the process, go through the process and crack it. Once you make up your mind, have a plan in place. A lot of times students, what they do is book the exam, disappear, a day before the exam they get reminder email and then they start preparing. Have a plan in place, follow it religiously, follow the guidance, work hard, but work hard in the right direction and make sure you don't waste your time, save your precious time. Why? I've seen a student, I've got a very close friend of mine, he got the score on 27th and his friend got the score on 19th. 2 years back, right? The person who got the score on 19th got his PR, but the person who got his score on 27th is still on his student visa. So time is very important. Save your time and plan everything ahead. All the very best. That's what I would like to say.
Pushing yourself is very important. We have all been through this stage. We are all going through this stage. We'll pass this stage. But just have faith in yourself, believe in yourself, and you'll get these times. Okay, just have faith in yourself.
So winding this all up is just one thing. Take the initiative and, motivate yourself. Have confidence and trust on yourself first. Only then you will be able to achieve whatever you are dreaming for. And on behalf of Language Academy, no matter if you are our student or not, if you need any kind of help, we are always there for you.
आज हमने की ला लैंग्वेज एकेडमी से आए हुए 3 महारथी वरुण धवन, ऋषभ ग्रोवर एंड रिपनप्रीत कौर से बातचीत, और मैं आपका नवनीत. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
One-stop answer to your Australian education and visa matters. Gemco Sydney. Dream big, achieve big. Fiji Times. Be with the times.